Ruben, not the result we wanted tonight, but fair to say that after the week break, that it was a tough game both against the opposition and the conditions.
Yeah, look, it was a pretty even contest for the most part, but I just don't think we were good enough tonight to get the points, and a little bit toothless at times up front, and obviously conceded a soft goal, so it's a little bit like deja vu to fall just short. I think we had our lion's share of the possession again, and probably similar amount of shots on goal as them, probably similar amount of corners, probably more final third entries. But yeah, like I say, just not enough quality from our boys tonight to get the job done.
Defensively, you've got just retirement with Scott Neville and Lucas Harrington away on young Socceroos duty. Is it going to be a case of that you'd be very threadbare as far as your defenders go in the next month or so?
Potentially, but look, we'll have a plan in place for that, and we'll look to cover those spaces and look to strengthen in this window if we can. But yeah, that's a work in progress.
Is that the area where you will potentially look to strengthen if you do go into the market? Because you've lost also Harry van der Sar as well in the last couple of weeks. Is that really the area of the squad where the numbers are a bit better?
Yeah, look, there's a few areas, to be honest. There's a few areas where we need to strengthen and improve. I think that's quite clear. Obviously, losing Tommy to Portsmouth is a great thing for Tommy, and it's a good thing for our club from a business point of view. But we need to replace him, and we're actively trying to find the right type of nine for us. Obviously at the back there as well, with Scotty retiring and Lucas away, that's an area that we probably need to strengthen. And there's a couple other areas, if I'm honest, but it's got to be a work in progress, and it's small steps in this window because it's a tricky window to find the right players.
You mentioned in your first answer you thought the team was a bit flat. Is that one of the more disappointing things for you, given you had the win away to Sydney, seeing them 2 weeks to prepare, and then you start a couple of times flat? Is that one of the more frustrating things for you, that you didn't continue on from that good win in Sydney?
Yeah, potentially momentum's a big thing. We had the weekend off last week. Probably doesn't do us any favours off the back of a really good win. But look, no excuses. We trained well and we prepared well, and just on the night, I just felt like we had a few bodies that looked a little bit flat, and we'll have to look at what the reason is for that. But it wasn't through a lack of effort. They're still trying really hard and throwing everything at it. But I just thought speed-wise, we just looked a little bit sluggish.
Looking at the locally, the NPL side have their first game tomorrow. How are you going to manage trying to integrate some of the young players from there with the A-League side while still giving them minutes in the local competition?
Yeah, look, it's a positive, to be honest, that season starts to kick off and we get a lot of our young ones playing games at NPL level, and hopefully we can find the next one. We've pulled through a Thomas Waddingham through our NPL program. We've pulled through a Lucas Harrington through our NPL program. We've pulled through a Sam Klein who was in our program a while back and had left and come back. Keegan came through the program here at Brisbane Roar. So there's a pathway there. The NPL games certainly help. And that will get some fitness, and then hopefully we can unearth a few younger ones as well, and try and find the next one off the rank.
And you mentioned you've got a few positions that are a little bit better. Is that an area where you might be able to draw on, just in terms of adding a little bit of depth from time to time as the season plays out?
Yeah, look, we have. I'm very big on trying to play the young ones and back the young ones, even in this tricky circumstance. I think young Brissett again, was positive tonight. Lucas was positive, not at his best, but still positive performance. Young Sam Klein, obviously, he's one that's going from a YDA to a scholarship for us, so he's earned that contract, and. But it's small steps, it's they're not massive additions, but they're players for the future that through these games and through this, through the minutes that they're playing in this tough, difficult moment, the club will be better for it.
And Scotty Neville was able to bid farewell with 20 or so minutes tonight. What sort of impact has he had, even with his limited playing minutes this season?
Look, he's first of all. He's a fantastic bloke. He's someone that I've played with as a teammate. I've shared the dressing room with him, so that was a privilege. And look, we're really close away from football. And as a professional, though, I think that's the thing with Scotty. 300 games it's no easy feat. You have to really look after yourself, and you have to value your profession. And Scotty's certainly done that. He squeezed the most out of that old frame and that old body. But I think he's called time. With his pain in his knee, and it's probably come to the end for him. But still a beautiful moment to see him out there with his pregnant wife and his family, and sharing that with his teammates. He's been a really loyal servant to the club, so our club was very big on making sure that we gave him the send-off he deserved. And like I say, the environment here you know, albeit results-wise isn't great at the moment, but environment-wise and culture-wise, there's a lot of people working really hard to make sure that we're on the right track and that we're very together. And I think the way we got around Scotty's a real good example of that.
And to see someone that might still be around, just in terms of a player that some of the younger ones can go to for advice.
Scotty will always be there for his teammates. That's the type of person that he is, the type of teammate he is. He's very much loved by not just his team here, but his ex-teammates and guys like myself that shared a dressing room with him. So he'll always be available. He always makes time for everyone. I think that's what makes him a special character.
Can you see him potentially morphing into an off-field role now that he has finished his playing career?
Yeah, his next off-field role will be to be a dad. He's got a baby on the way, which is great, their first kid. So I think that's going to be a full-time gig for him to start with. And I'm sure that when he gets that itch, he'll have something to scratch, and he'll probably want to transition. But you know, for now, I definitely think he needs to enjoy this moment. He needs to enjoy the milestone of 300 games. Fantastic achievement. He needs to enjoy that with his loved ones, and then prepare himself for being a great father.
Just to change topics, Ruben, Nathan Matidis signed last week officially. How far away is he from breaking into the squad in terms of how is his fitness coming from Sydney FC and whether he can play a role soon for the side?
Yeah, look, he hasn't played many games, so we're just trying to get him up to speed, and obviously you know, he's trained really well with us, to be honest, and he's going to play a part very soon. So hopefully he's involved to Wellington. If it's not Wellington, then it'll probably be the one after. But yeah, good young player, one for the future, one that still needs a little bit of time and development, but we feel like he can make an impact when he takes the grass, so we're looking forward to that.
And finally, next game against Wellington, quick turnaround, day game, or a day game as such, as far as the body clock of the players in Wellington on Thursday. How's that changed preparation as far as trying to get a result?
Look, we'll just go there and try and improve. We need to put a performance better than we did tonight. And I think it's a good thing that it's a short turnaround, to be honest, because I think there'll be a few players that won't be too happy with their own performance. So we'll look at that as a positive. But we'll also look, not too far back at our performance against Sydney. It was a top performance, a really good result. So they're definitely capable of doing it. Tonight we fell just short, probably to a team that's got a lot more firepower and a lot more weapons and a lot more cavalry than we have. If you bring in someone like Antonsen off the bench, then you've definitely got a front line with some weapons, and for the game to only be 1-0 kind of is a real good testament that we're definitely in the battle. But we need to be at our best with what we have to win, and tonight we weren't. Hopefully against Wellington we are.
Congratulations for time.
Cheers, thanks mate.